It's my pleasure to have the program for today. As you can see, I have Josh Freese and Bob Weatherhead here with me. As you are probably aware, Josh is a head coach, Bob is assistant coach for the girls varsity basketball team at Hicksville High School. But they're not here to talk about the girls team, although I'm sure they will probably be back after the season wraps up to bring in their senior and spotlight how the girls did. No, we are here, I asked them to come to share with the Rotary about the second annual Senior Classic that is going to be coming up. This is the all-star game that features both boys and girls all-star players from 5 counties in Northwest Ohio, and it is a huge benefit that is put on to benefit the Special Olympics programs in Williams, Fulton, Henry, Defiance, and Paulding counties, 5 counties. We had our first organizational meeting last night, and they did it last year. It was pretty successful. Over $5,000 was raised after expenses. It was split amongst the Special Olympics programs. We're hoping to do better this year, and I asked them to come in because I can't think of a better way to start to get the word around and to start to drum up local support for this tremendous cause than here at the Rotary Club. So it's my pleasure to talk about the second annual Senior Classic coming up at the end of March. Josh Freese and Bob Weatherhead.
Thank you. Yes, I am here to talk about this, and just to give you a little background on this, I know Bob was here on my behalf last year. I may have been in Alaska while we were presenting this at the meeting. So Bob was here with John Davis and Johnny Davis last year to promote this. But to give you a little bit of history of why we run this, where my ideas came from. Well, for starters, the Northwest Ohio Senior Classic is formerly the Bryan Cage Classic. And that ran for over 35 years at Bryan High School. Their main sponsor was the Bryan Times, and like many other things in this world, COVID shut that down. Last year at the beginning of the year, we had a big senior class, and we wanted to find a way to really highlight them. A couple of them in particular. I started speaking with Bob on reviving the old Bryan Cage Classic. I reached out to people at Bryan, and they said, we'd love to do it, we just can't find sponsorship, so go right ahead. So I got their blessing, and at that moment, the Northwest Ohio Senior Classic was born. But I did not come up with this idea. It was started by Bryan with the Cage Classic. Also, with this, and one of the things that Bryan did in the past is they highlight the Special Olympians from the 4-county area, as well as the schools in the 4-county area, which would be 23 schools. In us taking this over, I wanted to continue that tradition. So last year we highlighted the Special Olympics programs from the 4-county area. We added Paulding schools because of their proximity to Hicksville. We dropped a couple of the Fulton County schools that are closer to Toledo. But we do have all of the Williams, Defiance, Henry, Paulding, and then some of the schools in Fulton County who participate in this to make out 24 total schools. As far as our involvement with Special Olympics, again, I can't take credit. We were at Stryker High School a few years ago, and what Steve Brown, when he was the coach there, he works at Jim Schmidt's now, what he was doing there was a highlight for the Williams County Special Olympics. So we had the idea the following year, and we tried to do this every year after that, is when we played a Williams County team, it would be Defiance County versus Williams County Special Olympics. So we kind of carried that tradition on and kind of made that our own, and now we're doing this. I want to give special thank yous, one to Jim Schmidt, Family of Dealerships. Jim is our main sponsor for this. I know Jim and his family has, Brandon? Okay, Brandon Schmidt is a resident of Continental. If you ever played Continental, Brandon has Down syndrome, and he is on the sidelines of just about any Continental sport that he could be at. So I know that Jim Jim and his family have a heart for Special Olympics for sure. Definitely like to give them a thank you. The Tribune printing, so the programs that you all have, these were our last year's programs. Some of you may see advertising from your businesses, a lot of local businesses in there. That is put together by Stephanie Feely and printed by Mike there at the Tribune. It's a beautiful program. Unfortunately, we didn't sell a lot of these last year. I wish we would have, because it's worth every bit of that $5 valuation. But we give these to each of the participants. The Special Olympics participants and the high school participants, but that's what these are, and we will be doing these again, and we'll have these for sale at the event also. Our event is March 30th. It's a Saturday of Easter weekend. And if you were to look inside of your programs at the schedule of events there, that's going to be the same schedule of events that we will follow. The doors will open at 4 o'clock. The girls' game starts at 5 o'clock, and then at halftime of the girls' game, we start some of our other competitions, like a 3-point competition. Between the boys and the girls' game will be a Special Olympics exhibition, and that's where Special Olympians from the 5-county area will be participating. And if you've never been to one of those events, I encourage you to come, because it's very heartwarming and touching, and just to see the complete joy that these Special Olympians play with when they compete. It's a very good experience. And then after that, we have a dunk contest, and the boys gave some other local sponsors, at least last year, and I believe they plan to continue. I want to give a thank you to Two Bandits that are sponsoring our MVP and dunk contest winner. And then Subway of Hicksville last year sponsored our 3-point competition winner, where we have a boy, a girl, and a Special Olympian 3-point contest winner. One major change this year, I am the head girls basketball coach. Last year, in the work and finding advertisements for this program, we decided to make the program a fundraiser for the girls basketball program. We did a really decent job in raising funds through that, but I decided to make a change this year in no entity will be making a profit off of this event. Any money that we make will be going directly to the Special Olympics programs once our bills have been paid. Now, we'll pay the printing costs, we'll pay the cost of the t-shirts and plaques, just some other small expenses like that, but 100% of the profits after that will be divided equally amongst the 5-county Special Olympics programs. Other ways that we are looking to fundraise, and you could get involved in this if you felt led to, but our seniors at Hicksville, there's only 3 of them playing this year for the boys. It's Braden Slattery, who would be Jeff and Jamie Slattery's son, and then for the girls, Hayden Neihart and Alex Kenner. But I have actually asked all seniors at all schools who are participating to do what they can to raise funds for their individual county's Special Olympics program. And whatever funds that they raise, those won't come through us, those will go directly to the Special Olympics program. So I actually just spoke to our seniors today and what we are going to do. They're going to go out and they're going to look for donations and raise some money, and it's not going to go towards the program or anything like that. It's going to funnel through us, and then that day of the event, we'll have a separate check made out to Defiance County Special Olympics. Last year we were able to raise, and this is after all expenses, so the profit that we were able to give to the Special Olympics programs was a little over $5,700, and we were able to cut 4 checks. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but to these Special Olympics programs, it's like their biggest fundraising event of the entire year. And they said the same thing with the Brian Cage Classic when that was going on. And we actually had an expense report from year number 35 of the Brian Cage Classic, and we were either at or exceeded the number of year 35 there. So removing us as a fundraising recipient, I have some pretty high hopes for the number that we're able to hopefully get. For that, if you are interested in helping out that cause, either through advertising, you can contact me or Mike and Stephanie at Tribune Printing. If it's just donation, you could contact me or one of the 3 seniors that I mentioned. And if I just ask for your help in any way that you can and help me spread the news about this. And I think personally the most important change that I want to get out there to the public is that 100% of the proceeds are going to our Special Olympians. So, anything else that I'm missing, Bob?
No, John, I think you touched on everything. Special thanks to Tribune and HIX-TV for covering, and then also the school. Keith, thanks for allowing us to host it there, because it's a great event, and you guys, for $5 admission, is cheap entertainment tonight. And we invite you all to come, and thank you for your support for it last year and this year too.
Do need to, yes, thank you. Recognize HIX-TV. They are the exclusive streamer, if you will, on their YouTube channel of the event, so it will be streamed that evening. But Bill has gone above and beyond both last year and this year in helping me promote the event, coming up with ideas. If I have a meeting, he is there. He reaches out to businesses for me, helping me look for sponsorship. So I want to definitely point out Bill and thank you for all your work as well, Bill. I'd like to take any questions if any of you might have any. Yes?
Do we know how many Special Olympic athletes we have in Defiance County? Do we know?
No. Last year we Bob invited John Davis and Johnny Davis. John would be able to give me a better idea there, but one of the things that he did say is Defiance County now has 4 separate teams. So they have, I believe, a competitive adult team, a recreational adult team, and maybe the same for school-age kids. So, and that's just Defiance County. I know Paulding County last year, their Special Olympics program kind of went away. They always had a good one, but they're reviving it again, so we are including them this year. What I asked of them, so I think Defiance and Williams and Paulding may have 4 people apiece, I believe, where Henry and Fulton will have 5 to 6 apiece. So there'll only be representatives. Obviously, I will invite and encourage all Special Olympians to be there, but that's who will be participating in the event.
Yeah, might have your all-star. I mean, it's all about the Special Olympics. That's what the whole program's set up for and everything. But you invite the seniors, boys and girls, from how many different schools? I mean,
So there are 24 different schools, and I believe right in the center of the program is a roster from last year that you can get an idea of the schools. We call it an all-star game, but they're not selected based on their basketball skills. It'll be 1 senior from every team. Now, if Hicksville didn't have a senior, then I would open it up for another senior, so maybe then Antwerp would have 2 representatives if Hicksville didn't have 1, to try to round that out, try to keep the max on the team's 12. But that's how the seniors are selected. We just ask coaches to pick a senior, and then they represent their team. Last year we had Lindsey Bergman represented Hicksville in the game, as well as Eric Klima, and then Mackenzie Schrader represented Hicksville in the 3-point competition. So,
A point kind of behind that, there's a lot of logistics that go into the job of contacting the schools, the coaches, athletic directors, and submit names, and there's a lot. And plus, with the Special Olympics side, the advertising side, and putting everything together. So you have a good board. You kind of work different angles from, but there's a lot of logistics involved in to put on the program. I watched it online last year. I don't know how many people went to the actual event. I mean, I was on. Well, yeah. It was great. I watched it on TV the whole time, and a lot of people are. It's a fundraiser, but it's a fellowship and social event out there during the day. several hours of people coming together and, you know, bringing people together for the special, you know, Olympics kids. And they really
It's
enjoy
a
it.
very good event, and I would strongly encourage you, if you don't have anything going on March 30th, to attend. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you, Mike. All right, well, thank you, and thank you, Bill, for having us.
Well, Josh is very nice, but I'm going to be a little more blunt. This is a huge fundraiser for Special Olympics, and we can't think of a better organization to support. So I encourage all of you who are members of the Rotary, I know many of you are business people, if you would like to be a part of this, whether you wanted to make a direct donation, if you want to look for some sort of a sponsorship opportunity, because we've been talking and it's still early enough, we might be able to work something out. Have any of you been to one of the regular home games for basketball and have seen the hacky sack thing at halftime? We were thinking about doing a hacky sack attack at one of the half times of this game. If somebody wanted to sponsor that, that would be an opportunity. There's been talk about, you know, we have plaques for the people that win the MVP awards, whatever. If somebody wanted to sponsor like a special t-shirt that we would give them as well as the plaque, that's another way that you could possibly help out. For our live streaming, we have a little scoreboard camera that's down in the corner. If somebody wanted to sponsor the scoreboard cam and get mentioned a few times, we can work something out. I mean, there are many ways if you are interested in helping. And also, if any of you would like to come out and sell 50-50 tickets, and we got some good salespeople here, and want to work the crowd for 50-50 tickets or help out with, you know, let these guys know, because we can't have too many people there helping out on the day of as well. Again, it's a huge thing, and I give credit to these guys because this is one of those events that, as it continues to grow, it's going to become one of those hallmarks of Hicksville. It's going to be something that this community is going to be known for. It brings people in from literally all over the region, at least once a year, to be able to see what we've got here at Hicksville, have a great time, support a great cause, and hopefully it'll trickle down a little bit too to the rest of the community, and you know, some of the other businesses might be able to benefit for all the people coming into town that day. Bruce.
Bill, if your person wants to do, are you the contact person for this, for the advertising, for everything?
If you want to.
Or Josh,
Mike and I.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do something
Like
through
that.
the television station, or if you have no idea who to really contact, if you want to, go ahead and contact me, because if nothing else, I'll just say, this is cool, and I'll get a hold of either Mike or I'll get a hold of Josh and say, hey, you need to call so-and-so.
Bill,
They want to do something
what's your
like
phone
this.
number?
Hmm?
What's your phone number, Bill?
Mine is 419-769-4749.
That was a trivia question.
No, HIX-TV, yes.
On TV now.
He'll cut it out.
Or call Bart if you want to be in here.
We're all,
Oh, my number's no secret. It's on our website. It's on our Facebook
I
page.
didn't want to have to
People
look
can-
it up. That's technology, Bill.
Yeah. But again, my hat is off to these two guys for having this opportunity, and instead of saying, that'd be nice, we can't, but they grabbed it, and they ran with it. They had such a great time last year, and this year, like I said, without the other outliers and everything going expressly towards Special Olympics, I think we should do really well. I think my personal thing is we have 5 Special Olympic programs. We divide the money 5 ways. I'd like to give each program $2,000. I'd like us to bring in $10,000 this year. If you were to add the money that went to the girls basketball program last year, that $5,700 would actually be about $7,500, because it was about $1,800, I think. So right away, we should be, if we just do as well as we did last year, we should go from 57 to about 7,500. I said, I'd like to see us raise $10,000 and be able to cut 5 checks for $2,000. So that's sort of like my unofficial goal. But again, thank you so much for your attention, and thank you so much in advance for your help. And with that, thank you guys for coming and talking to us about it. And I'm going to shut up now and let Mike close out the meeting.
You're doing such a great job.
Oh, in that case, if there is nothing else to be brought before this Rotary meeting, we will stand to dismiss with the pledge.
For the able-bodied people.